Hey, how's it going, traders? In this video, we are going to be talking about the single greatest dividend payout I have ever seen. The stock went absolutely ballistic off of its news. I made over $15,000 off of a guaranteed 50% gain. It sounds like a scam. Well, all that and more coming right up. Let's talk about it. The biggest three things I want to answer tonight are: why did I know it was going to run? Basically, how did I make $15,000 from it? Where do I see it going from here? My game plan. And why did the company do this is really the three questions I want to talk about. And you guys know that I was super bullish on it on my Instagram. If you go to JV Trades, you guys know that yesterday I literally was like, I bought some after hours on my story and I said, buying some more, CLRO at open. I had to add some more. So I was super bullish on it. Okay, let's talk about it. Now, it comes out with a 50-cent a share dividend at 80 cents. It squeezes. I don't see it till 110. I don't read the catalyst till 125. I don't have a desired entry until the first micro pullback at 130. So I buy at 130 because I'm thinking, okay, if I buy at 130, usually I'm risking 10% to make 20%, theoretically, right? So I'm risking 13 cents a share to make 26 is the theoretical game plan of this. So if I buy right here, I would normally be risking, 120-ish and doing this, and so my reward would be up here. Okay, simple. However, with a 50 cent a share cash dividend, my risk wasn't here. My risk was down here. It's like, whoa, dude, why would you risk a 40+% retracement? Well, it's like, dude, it was guaranteed that if I held until, and as long as it held its move of 80 cents, I was going to get at least a 50 cent a share cash dividend. So it's like, okay, now I could risk this and still be break even. You understand this? You understand what I'm saying? I could buy right here and sell down here at a 50% retracement and still be break even. What investment can you do that? None. Like I said, I have not seen that. I think I've maybe seen this one other time. And so I buy it, it squeezes, I sell some at 220, 225 after hours that night because I didn't want to hold a bunch overnight. And then I added it open at 170, 160. And then I sold again at 140-ish. We'll go over my exits here in a minute. But where do I think it's going to go from here? Well, first of all, we have to talk about why did the company do this in the first place? And they say in their, this is a week. I mean, what is it? We believe the company we believe the company has an achievable plan to return to revenue growth and profitability. Basically saying, hey, I think that someday with some sort of plan we can maybe make money again as a company. And so I think what's happening is they tried to come up with some scheme to dilute or liquidate some positioning, some sort of offering to raise capital for their company. You see this happen. You see it manipulate all the time. How long do you have to hold the stock to qualify for the dividend? Good question. You have to buy it by April 2nd, and you have to hold it from April 2nd to April 10th. You get the dividend on the 10th. Okay. According to the catalyst right here, it says, or we'll pull out one more time. It says payable on April 10th to shareholders of record on April 2nd, 2024. Okay. One-time special cash dividend. So we know, my trade plan, and the answer is, well, why did I sell today? Why didn't I hold for the moon? But you have to understand, my risk to reward is starting. It now can get scarier up here because hypothetically, say I buy now at 250. Okay, I'm in at 250 now. I'm guaranteed a 20% return. So now I can say buy at 250 and I can hold. What's 20% retracement? Well, 50 cents. I can hold the 175. No problem. I'll hold the 175. Well, it's like, no, not really, because if this company does dilute, this company does reverse, which it will, because the company doesn't make money, it will go back down to $1. So you will be down almost $1 a share, which will be a lot of money. you'll lose a lot of money. So I don't think it's worth it to buy it right now and hold it right now. I'm going to come back April 1st, April 2nd, look at it. And then I'm also probably going to start a short around the 9th, the 10th, because I do think it's going to retrace in the near future. But how did I know to sell it at 240, 250? Well, there was a few indicators. One, you guys saw me do this at during our morning live stream on TikTok for free, or on the Profit Chasers app stream. So hopefully there's some of you guys in here that can, vouch for me that I actually did. I actually added off of this 5-minute pullback. It kept making higher highs, which was great. And then as I approached the pre-market high, or the post-market high at 225, it didn't quite break it. And in fact, it pulled on back. But then it validated the $2 whole support. I really liked that move. I really did like it. And I added off of that 5-minute pullback. You guys know I am a huge advocate for trading 5-minute pullbacks. You guys also know I love continuing momentum plays. What do you think happens when you take two catalysts or two strategies and put them together? Increased win percentage, right? So I liked both of them. I added for the move to the breakthrough high day and a squeeze up to 250. We already talked about psychological levels and why I'd watch them, why I like them. So I don't need to really talk about exactly 250, but I will put the clip of me selling on the YouTube video right here. But the biggest thing was, look at the volume. The volume tapered after it took high of day. It did not sustain the move. And when I say sustain the move, is as the price increased, the volume should have at least stayed the same, if not increased, and squeezed up. You also have to understand this stock was really cheap. It was near open, so it was not going to squeeze into a halt. It would have had to make like a 40% move in like 5 or 10 minutes. So as it pulling back, I knew that, hey, this is going to have a serious pullback in the near term for people who are taking profit. Because, like I said, people who were shareholders before this are now up 170%, and they don't need the dividend. They are made 170% return on investment. They don't need the dividend. So at that point, I knew it was going to pull on back, and I was right. Now, it did consolidate the rest of the day. It was very choppy price action. We looked at this price action, very choppy, and it did take high a day, but then pulled on back. I think it'll probably continue to go higher tomorrow, just looking at the historical time frame. The historical time frame looks very bullish to me, and I will continue to watch it. I'm trying to pull up my historical time frame. Okay, so the 4-hour chart looks really good. I think I'm pretty bullish on it. I wouldn't be shocked if this continues higher tomorrow, up to $3 and beyond. I'm not going to touch it more than likely. I'll day trade it. I'm not going to hold this overnight, because what I think is going to happen, and which is the last question, is why would the company do this? Well, I already kind of answered it. I think they're going to have probably some sort of an offering. I just pulled up their, what they had for shelves, but I don't feel like pulling it up again. I didn't see anything of like a major concern, like they're going to drop a mega bomb. But that's the only reason they would be doing this. I remember when Big Mo, the cigarette company, anyone own Marlboro Smooths? You know what I'm talking about? All right, Big Mo, they had years ago a 10% dividend, but they were open. They said, we want to reward some of the investors, but also in hopes of gathering new investors. And I really think CLRO, after either it has some sort of an offering, I already answered it, already has an offering and already pays a dividend, this stock's going to tank. It's going to go back down to what it was at, which is below $1. They'll have a reverse split. It'll go down even more. So what's my game plan from the stock? Well, I'm going to watch it. I do think we'll see probably a nice little jump the first and the second, which won't be bad. But I'm going to be probably shorting it pretty heavily at around the 10th.